Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn, and today we are checking out Resident Evil 4, the remake, plus some extra, okay? So we actually already did a reaction to some of the footage that we're going to watch, but I wanted to one, bring it all to the forefront again because this game is releasing, look at it again once over, and also one of the things that I wanted to do, because I really enjoyed this when we did this for the Metroid video, is I went and found the trailers for when Resident Evil 4 was releasing on the Nintendo GameCube. So we're going to watch those trailers as well, and then go into the trailers for Resident Evil 4 Remake. Now, I will be looking over this way because these old 360p, 240p ass trailers on my 32-inch 1440p monitor, they look like garbage and I basically can't read them. If there's any text at all, mind you, I can't read this anyway, it's in Japanese, but regardless of that, it looks terrible on this monitor. That said, these like the shrunken down window that I use for my OBS over here, and then it being shrunken down again into the little display window that you all see, it looks much better over there. Sounds like a skill issue. Definitely a skill issue. So first, let's see what, because you know these trailers are from so long ago that if I saw them, I don't remember them. So let's go. Go back to it to another time. Because even when you look at this game today, right, when people are playing the original Resident Evil 4, it doesn't even necessarily look like this, because one, they're playing normally modern ports of it with higher resolution and stuff like that. They're not playing 360p GameCube games, right? Just a warning about the images being grotesque. Thank you, Athena. Athena, our resident Japanese translation. New camera angles put you right in the action. Blast the enemy in key hit zones. A variety of actions, all performable in real time. This is a huge step up from old school Resident Evil, where every door was a loading screen.
No.
It's also so interesting to see just how much marketing strategies have changed. This trailer compared to all the other trailers that we watched today, wildly different, right? The marketing approach for it, the tempo, the style of the trailers, the way the music is presented, the audio balancing. Now obviously the audio balancing might actually be from the YouTube compression and stuff like that, but there's none of the Inception dun 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 dun, the big heavy hammer drum hits and stuff. Resident Evil are we at nowadays? The newest Resident Evil game that's not a remake is Resident Evil 8. Or it's called Resident Evil Village. This shows the game so much better. We certainly get to see more of it, right? There's a lot of trailers nowadays that are definitely very, very specifically crafted, to the point that unless they do a very specific trailer dedicated to it, it can be very annoying to try and get a good look at the game sometimes.
Biohazard 4.
It's quite the time jump before we're making it. This is... What is this? 15 years ago, I think? This trailer is from 2011, not 15 years. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 was, okay, so yeah, Resident Evil 4 was 2005. So it's 18 years since the original. Now, there have been like pseudo remasters and modern ports of the original Resident Evil, because it's available on everything practically. Like Resident Evil 4 is basically Capcom's Skyrim. They put it on anything and everything. Biohazard 4, not Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil games are all called Biohazard in Japan. They are only called Resident Evil in the West. So, like, Resident Evil 8 in Japan is called Biohazard 8.
Excuse me, sir?
Again, such a wild difference in the way that this is being presented. This was from the Tokyo Game Show in 2004. So this trailer was 19 years ago at the Tokyo Game Show. I think that other one is an E3 trailer.
My name's Leon. I'm under the president's order to rescue you.
What? My father?
Small world, eh?
What's up, Luis? It's also interesting how at this point in time, the things that they were like advertising and showing off, like they're talking about like things now that are like such basic mechanical things, right? They're talking about like being able to shoot enemies in the legs to make them stumble. They've been showing off enemies doing the dodge move and how that was like such a big deal at the time. And now we're like, yeah, the enemies fucking dodge. Of course they do. I wonder how big a deal it was when this trailer was first shown off. That little shot of Ada being in the mirror. Reminds me of the ghouls dodging in Fallout 4 and that how that was actually the next step in dodging. Yeah. Like, it's so easy to forget like how short the development window for video games has been. Like, how much video games have changed in the last 5 years to 10 years to 15 years to 20 years, right? I wonder how much it would have changed if the game was left as Biohazard. Name-wise? I don't know. It's a good question.
Oh my god! What's going on?
Don't worry, Ashley. I'm coming for you.
All right. So that was the original Resident Evil 4. And now, let's go to the new Resident Evil 4. We stepped to 19-ish years ago. By the way, the fucking balls on Capcom. Before they've even shown off the game, March 24th, 2023. Not a release window, not just a vague year, not a vague season, not a vague month. No, it is releasing on this day, and that date hasn't changed. This announcement trailer was also in June of 2022. They were like, 9 months, this day, Resident Evil 4. We're not even gonna show you the game yet. Release date, title card. Boom, done, sent it. Like, I was like, Jesus Christ, you are confident.
Guess you, me, picked the wrong spot to vacation, eh?
You will receive our most sacred body. It begins now.
shit's hardcore as hell.
If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain. Even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
Holy hell, the graphics difference? Yeah. If the game actually looks like this, it's almost better than some CGI movies. It's like Final Fantasy 15 level graphics. The Capcom's RE engine is a freaking miracle device. The quality of fidelity that the RE engine is able to put out without being burdensome to the machine is amazing, the stuff that it can do. Which is also why they're just using it for everything now. Because they're like, damn, this thing's amazing. And it's like, yeah, it is. I wonder if the upcoming Resident Evil movie, Resident Evil Death Island, is made in the RE engine or if it's all like a pre-rendered stuff. Because, like, I wouldn't be surprised, right? What if we made a movie in our game engine?
Someone? Maybe some missing señorita?
Ashley, where are you?
Your soul requires cleansing.
No, I'm all right. You don't got to do that.
Are you in here?
Just let me go.
Listen. I'm hearing the president's orders and
What is that? What do we do?
The lost labs are escaping.
we need to go. I'm gonna get you
Looks
safe.
so good.
You can stop right there.
Ada, who are you? What are you doing here?
My faithful disciple will show her the path.
Ashley, run!
The entire world shall overflow with his grace.
What's happening to me?
Now, abandon your body.
Leave the girl. She's lost no matter what.
Now that he has chosen death.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Jesus. Like, seriously, like, look how good, like, obviously, it looks horrifying because she's suffering from, like, horrible demons in her blood and shit, right? But this shot of Ashley is insanely phenomenal looking. Especially considering this is still just using their engine, right? It looks really, really good. It looks great. All right, anyway, so here's the third trailer. The grip on her teeth gives me chills. Hang on, let me go take another look. Yeah, it's so good looking. It's so freaking good. All right. I'm loving all the remakes lately. Yeah, right? Big mood.
We are all connected through the holy body. When you need only accept the sacred gift.
Christ.
Like she did.
Temperance, child.
I've taken the liberty of preparing some entertainment for you.
Ah, the entertainment.
Without further ado, the gallery
Ugh. No.
I'll make it cheap for you. Move! It's always like this with you.
How about you open fire instead of your mouth?
How about you open fire instead of your mouth? God damn it.
Krauser? Why?
You can't save her. You can't save anyone.
What's gonna happen to me?
We gotta keep moving forward.
Nothing like suplexing a dude, right?
Together.
Thanks.
And come, Sancho Panza. Let us rescue the Princess Dulcinea.
You gotta hurt yourself.
Hey.
You're kidding.
God, it looks so fantastic. Was the minecart ride in the original game? It was.
This time, it has to be different.
God, looks phenomenal. Looks phenomenal. So, I will say a couple of notes also is that the review embargo for this game is already up. The reviews are out. Lots of 10 out of 10, hundreds of hundreds, 5 out of 5s, maximum stars. The game, I believe, currently sits at a 92 or 93 on OpenCritic. So it is being received incredibly well. Resident Evil 4 for a long time has been heralded as one of the greatest games of all time, and it looks like with Resident Evil 4 Remake, they're just looking to hammer that nail even farther into place. I don't like Spoopy, and I'm interested. It is one of the most critically acclaimed games for a reason, Shoujo Yume. It is a phenomenal experience. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and I think it's a lot of people's as well. And it's one of those games that it's like, it's one of your favorites because it's just such a beautifully crafted game, and if the reviews are anything to go by, Resident Evil 4 Remake is just going to be a complete beautiful recreation of that. Now, there are some adjustments from the original game to the new one, but I'm not going to share any of those details in case people are wanting to spare, if they're wanting to find out what those differences are for themselves. But the game's being reviewed extremely well, and God, it just looks so damn good. I actually just in the last few months played Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 3 Remake. I enjoyed both of them quite a lot, and now I get to look forward to Resident Evil 4 Remake as well. Capcom has had such an incredible, brilliant, powerful comeback over the last 5 years between the success of Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8, the success of Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Rise. They also have, they did well with Street Fighter 5. They have Street Fighter 6 coming out in June. Capcom is in, like, people are talking about, like, the golden age of Konami and Capcom, and Capcom today, I think, is just killing it more than any other video game developer out there, covering multiple of their IPs, multiple properties, multiple genres, and slaying all of them with an immaculate level of execution across every project that they take on. Capcom is a juggernaut in video games right now, and it does not look like they are slowing down any time soon. What is it coming to? Resident Evil 4 Remake? I believe it is. Let me see if it's on the card here. Here we go. PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam. So everything bar the Switch is what you'll be able to get Resident Evil 4 on. This kind of stuff makes you relive your dreams through others. It's really incredible to see. And with this year, we're getting to see, really right now, we're getting to see such brilliant recreations of former beloved titles. As much as people were like, does Dead Space really need a remake? Dead Space got a remake this year, and it was extremely well received and was an incredibly well-made, hyper-polished presentation. Final Fantasy VII Remake came out in April of 2020. We are getting the Resident Evil remakes, and we're just seeing more games get this really refined, handcrafted, really beautifully touched treatment. And it's really incredible, the stuff that we're seeing from that, and it's allowing not only for people to see why those of us that experienced these games originally loved them so much, but it's also a good way to introduce these really masterfully crafted pieces to a new audience, because this game looks fantastic, right? It looks great, and you can tell somebody like, yo, the original Resident Evil 4 really good too, and they're like, yeah, dog, but it's approaching 20 years old and it looks like it, and you're like, that's fair, I can't argue against that. And so having these really new, refined, polished experiences of previous, like, award-winning, critically acclaimed titles just means that they get to rise to an even higher level, as long as these remakes are done well and executed well, and so far they have been done incredibly well when they are done to this level. So that's Resident Evil 4 Remake. I'm extremely looking forward to it. We will be streaming it on the Twitch channel. I won't be streaming it on release week. I'm actually going to be streaming 9 Years of Shadows the week that Resident Evil 4 releases. I'm a smaller creator, so I'm just going to be buried in the annals of the bottom buckets of everyone else that is going to be just slaying through Resident Evil 4. So I will save myself being locked away to the bottom as I play a game that I am also extremely interested in, which again is 9 Years of Shadows. But we will be playing through Resident Evil 4 after I finish the 9 Years of Shadows. So we'll be getting into Resident Evil 4 a week or two after its release, which hopefully means that the Twitch category will open up a little bit. If you want to check out my review of Resident Evil 2 Remake, it is going to be down in the description below if you want to kind of get my thoughts as to where we're at on this franchise and this series. I do have an upcoming review of the Resident Evil 3 Remake, but that has not been recorded, edited, or released at this time. But let me know what your thoughts are on Resident Evil 4, whether it's the old one, how you feel about the new one, how you feel about potential changes in the game. Let me know. Put all that down in the comments below. If you want to keep up the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. And speaking of Discord, we have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream. Because like I said, we stream on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. If you do watch one of the other videos, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.